This is your championship final in the gentlemen's 500 freestyle. From bottom to top down to lane number 1, that's Matthew Carbajal from Brophy Prep. Lane number 2, Tyler Mattingly of Sal Point. Lane number 3, Carter Smith of Brophy Prep. Lane number 4, your top qualifier and third place finisher from earlier this afternoon in the 200 freestyle. That's Chris Webb, just a sophomore from Brophy Prep. Lane number 5, Ryan Dignan from Desert Vista. Ryan's teammate in lane number 6 is Mark McAndrew. Lane number 7 from Brophy Prep, that's Wesley Elford. And in lane number 8 at the top of your screen, that's Jordan Overstreet of Mesa High School. So again, sophomore Chris Webb in lane number 4 is your top qualifier from yesterday's preliminary races. Ryan Dignan, though, showing the early speed, challenging the top qualifier Chris Webb as they come up on the 100. Doesn't get much closer than the exact same time. 51.20 for both Ryan Dignan in 5 and Chris Webb in 4. These two have already separated themselves from the rest of the field here by almost a body length. Their closest competition coming from lane number 3, Carter Smith, a junior from Brophy, as well as lane number 8, Jordan Overstreet, showing some outside smoke up at the top of your screen. Looks like Chris Webb is going to have a slight edge as they flip at the 150. And actually getting his legs around first is Ryan Dignan up in lane number 5, really getting into that wall well. So as these guys pretty much go out stroke for the first 200 yards, it's going to be interesting who decides to take it to the next gear first. It looks like Chris Webb is trying to do so as they flip at the 200. It is Webb with a slight edge, 146.72 to Dingan's 146.93. But in a 500 freestyle, there's time for more than just one move, as Chris Webb appears to have made the first one. Right before that 200 freestyle, he decided to find that 5th gear. Ryan Dignan still hanging in there, but Webb really reaping the benefits now as he comes up on the halfway mark. He's opened up almost a body length lead. Dignan not going anywhere, though. He's holding on to the ankles of Chris Webb, the sophomore from Brophy Prep, who already has got some hardware this afternoon, finishing 3rd in that 200 freestyle. Webb not doing as good a job getting into the walls as Ryan Dignan. Watch the difference as Chris Webb definitely outswimming Ryan Dignan in between the walls. He's got a body length lead right now at the 300. His split 242.55. But every time Dignan gets one of those power boosts off the walls, it gets a little bit closer. Dignan 244.12 at the 300. Chris Webb has really found his speed. He's kept that pedal to the metal, and he is leaving Ryan Dignan in the dust here. At the 350, Chris Webb is now racing himself with 150 yards to go. Great job of keeping that head down off the wall. Breathing consistently, but you're allowed to breathe consistently every single time when you have great timing on that breath. So all you young swimmers at home watching this, keep in mind, Chris is able to breathe every time because he times that breath so well that it's not taking away from the pull that he's creating at the front of his stroke. If you breathe too late, you're sacrificing that underwater pull. Chris Webb is able to breathe every time because he's got great timing. At the 400, 339.03 for Chris Webb. He should be under his time from yesterday, which was a 441.41. The All-American consideration time is 439.82. You got to think that the sophomore from Brophy has that mark in mind as he powers through the last 75 yards here. That bell means Chris Webb has got 50 yards to another Brophy victory. The sophomore clicked it into another gear around the 200 and has not looked back since. He was about a 28 on that last 50. He gets another one of those, and we're looking at All-American automatic times getting closer to 335. He could squeeze below that here. Chris Webb with plenty left in the tank on this last 25. Look at those legs trying to get him home. Getting a little sloppy at the end, but Chris Webb with a 434.88. That's good enough for All-American automatic status. Getting in there for second is Ryan Dignan, 441.55. A 1 second drop to the 10th for Ryan Dignan, the senior from Desert Vista. Third place goes to lane number 6, Mark McAndrew, the senior from Desert Vista, clocking a time of 4:45.73. Again, your winner, Chris Webb, the sophomore from Brophy Prep, in 4:34.88. That's All-American automatic time, as well as the new Keno Aquatic Center pool record.